Have you ever found yourself caught in the endless replay of a past mistake? That one careless word, that misguided decision, or that moment you deeply regret? It's a universal experience. While the advice to just forgive and forget is common, the reality is that the hardest person to grant that forgiveness to is often yourself. But what if those missteps weren't obstacles to be overcome, but the essential stepping stones on your journey to becoming a better person? Stay with me in this video as we delve into a profound and ancient teaching from the Buddha that shows us how to not only make peace with our past errors, but to transform them into genuine personal growth. We all know forgiveness is easier said than done, but while forgiving others for their missteps against us is difficult enough, there's a far greater challenge we face: forgiving ourselves. It's one thing to let go of the anger and resentment we hold towards someone else. It's quite another to release the guilt and regret we carry for our own past actions. The mistakes we've made, the words we wish we could take back, the decisions we'd change in a heartbeat, these are the burdens that weigh most heavily on us. The hardest person to forgive isn't the one who wronged you, but the person you see in the mirror. Truly making peace with our past and granting ourselves that grace is perhaps the most profound act of forgiveness we can undertake. We spend so much of our lives agonizing over things we can't change. We endlessly rehash past conversations, obsess over decisions we've already made, and beat ourselves up for mistakes we can't undo. This constant cycle of self-criticism and regret is a massive drain on our time and energy, keeping us emotionally and mentally trapped. By fixating on what's already happened, we prevent ourselves from moving forward and building a better, more fulfilling present. It's a heavy burden. And the worst part is, it's one we place on ourselves. At the heart of our struggle with past mistakes isn't the mistake itself, but our ego. It's that relentless inner critic that tells us we should be perfect, that we should have known better and should never mess up. But here's the truth: we are all imperfect. As the saying goes, if you're not making mistakes, you're not trying. It is simply part of our nature to sometimes make the wrong choice. The real issue arises when we refuse to accept this fundamental human reality and instead choose to hate ourselves for it. This is when we get stuck in a cycle of brooding over the past, wishing things were different, and completely robbing ourselves of peace. So how do we break free? The Buddha taught a clear and practical way for his monks to deal with their mistakes, and it's just as relevant for us today. He said that growth comes from recognizing a mistake for what it is, dealing with it properly, and committing to restrain from it in the future. Let's break down these 3 steps. Step 1, acceptance. The very first step on this path is acceptance. This means plainly and simply acknowledging your mistake for what it is, no excuses, no sugarcoating, and no trying to pretend it didn't happen. By accepting that you, as a human, are fallible and capable of error, you stop being at war with yourself. You no longer have to hate yourself for a moment of imperfection. This act of acceptance releases the heavy burden of guilt, creating the mental space you need to move on. Remember, acceptance isn't about approving of what happened. It's simply a clear-eyed look at reality so you can begin to heal and make a change. It's the essential foundation for moving forward, not a sign of weakness. Step 2, confession. Once you've accepted your mistake, the next crucial step is to confess it. This doesn't mean airing your dirty laundry to the world. It means finding at least one wise person, what the Buddha called a noble friend, who can listen without judgment and offer compassionate, sound advice. Why is this so important? Because when you speak your mistake out loud to a trusted person, you release the immense internal pressure that's been building up inside you. You break the cycle of silent self-criticism and guilt, which is incredibly liberating. On top of that, you gain an invaluable outside perspective. We often struggle to see a way forward on our own, and a good friend can offer insights and guidance you might never have considered. Remember, you don't have to carry every burden by yourself. Sometimes the bravest thing you can do is ask for help. Step 3, corrective action and amp restraint. The final and most crucial step is to take corrective action to ensure you don't repeat the mistake. This means making a firm commitment to learn from your error and to actively restrain yourself from making the same one in the future. There's a saying, making the same mistake 100 times isn't growth, it's regression. but making 100 different mistakes is progress. Why? Because it proves you're learning each and every time. In this life, we are guaranteed to make thousands of mistakes. That's just a fact of being human. The goal isn't to be flawless, but to never make the same mess twice. Every single difficult situation and every single error is a potential lesson, a chance to grow, to develop wiser habits, and to become a better version of yourself. We all make mistakes, it's simply part of being human. But the path forward is remarkably clear. First, accept the mistake for what it is without hating yourself for it. Next, confess it to a wise and trusted friend who can offer a listening ear and a different perspective. And finally, commit to learning from it and restraining yourself from repeating it in the future. By following these 3 simple steps, you can stop being defined by your past and instead transform your regrets into wisdom and your stumbles into future strength. If this framework brought you some clarity and peace, please do me a huge favor. Subscribe to the Daily Dharma podcast for more practical wisdom to navigate your life. Hit the like button if you found this helpful, as it really supports the channel. And most importantly, tap that bell icon so you don't miss any of our future videos. I'd also love to hear from you in the comments below. What's one lesson you've learned from a past mistake? Sharing our stories helps us all grow together. Thanks for watching, and remember to be kind to yourself.